Hello everyone, sorry for the delay in uploads. I know I haven't uploaded in like a couple weeks, but I guess you could say I've been pretty busy. But I am back now, and I have a nice little match here against Yusei, something. I'll find his real name. It was on Ren66's stream, and it's a pretty cool match, so let's get with it. So the first matchup is my Swanna versus his Mesprit, and immediately, seeing the Mesprit in a lead position, it probably has rocks and trick and U-turn and all that stuff, but I was afraid maybe it might have Thunderbolt, so I just switched out Swanna just to be safe. You know, I didn't want to lose it right away, and so I switched in my little leap here, and I go for the rocks after he goes for the rocks, you know, because I figure it's nice to get at both, and then he switches in his Rosary, and I don't really have much to do to the Rosary with my little leap, so I'm going to send in Flygon here and go for the Fire Punch, the Banded Fire Punch. And I figured it might have Focus Sash, but it actually doesn't, you know, so I take it out in one hit, which is really nice. He gets up a layer of spikes, and that's not too much of a loss for me, but actually you will see later in the match that one layer of spikes really makes a huge difference. So here he's going to send in his Gallade. Fearing the close combat or the setup move, I'm going to actually just go into my Deoxys D to pretty much wall it, and wall it. Anyways, he goes for the close combat, like I predicted, and doesn't do too much. You know, Deoxys D doesn't have a great HP stat, but it does have insane defensive stats, so it's going to be able to take hits all day. And then the defense drop on him is going to be ideal, so he's going to want to switch out, and I'm just going to predict that and go for the recover. And he switches in Mesprit here again. Really, I'm not afraid of it at all, so I'm just going to go for knockoff here. And surprisingly, he goes for trick. Well, not too surprisingly, but he does go for trick. He tricks me Choice Scarf, which really doesn't bother me too much because Deoxys D is actually a pretty fast wall in walling standards. And so he's going to trick me to get Scarf, meaning I'm going to be faster than a lot of things. And I'm going to go for knockoff here, like I said, and knock off his leftovers that he received from me. But then here, I went for knockoff again, predicting him to switch out. And he actually predicts me to switch out, and he goes for Zen Headbutt. So, both of us failed in our predictions, but that's fine. Here I'm going to go for knockoff again, predicting him to switch, and he actually does. But since I am faster, I am going to knock off that first. I'm going to attack first, and then he's going to switch. So, he gets the advantage there. But, you know, I'm still going to stay in, I'm going to go for the fourth knockoff in a row, and he does send me Registeel. So as you'll see here, I'm going to knock off his leftovers, which is excellent because, you know, leftovers is really the only means of recovery for Registeel, and that thing is extremely bulky, so if I'm able to get its leftovers off, you know, that's really good for me because then I'll be able to take it out a lot more easily. But he does poison me with Toxic, which is that definitely sucks, but, you know, what can you do? A nice trade-off for knocking out its leftovers. So here I'm going to switch in Flygon, hoping to scare him out with the super effective Earthquake, and I am Choice Bandit. He goes for a Seismic Toss, I take it, obviously. And, yeah, like I said, I'm going to predict to scare him out and go for the U-turn, but he doesn't switch out, so he basically gets the advantage there. Although I am going to switch into the teammate who has Fire Blast. It's my Scarf teammate with Fire Blast, Focus Blast, and Thunder. And here he goes for Seismic Toss. And yeah, then he switches. Sorry, I haven't seen this match in a while, so I forget what happened to it. Oh yeah, so I predict him to switch out, scaring him out with the plausible V-Crate of Fire Blast. And I'm just going to go for the U-turn. So I get the advantage there, so it's very nice. Switches in Kingdra, you know, hoping to take the fire move that I don't go for. And then here I'm safe to go into my Deoxys D. Really, Deoxys D is kind of dead weight for me now, so especially because it's scarfed. So I'm just gonna, you know, make use of it and go for the knockoff, and just see what kind of set he's running. And I knock off his Lumberry, and then he goes for Surf, which I found kind of odd, because usually the only Kingdra variants that run Lumberry are Dragon Dance sets, so maybe he's more of a mixed one. But either way, you know, knocking off his item, I know I'm faster. I know my Flygon will be faster than it, and I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake here, you know, predicting him to switch into Registeel. But he, I guess, either predicts that or just goes in to sack his Mesprit. and he takes that obviously with Levitate, so unfortunately I'm going to have to switch out there, because that's a losing matchup for me, and I'm going to switch into Bisharp here. I guess he predicted me to switch, predicted me to be locked in a move, and he goes for U-turn. I guess I should have known he couldn't do anything to me at this point with Mesprit, and I could have gone for Swords Dance, but I didn't. I guess my thinking here was, he was probably going to attack me. Wait, what? Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry. Okay, so I actually switched Bisharp out. I kind of sent it in just to scare out Mesprit, and that kind of worked. And then I switched in Cradily here after he switches in Gallade. And I figured, you know, Cradily has done what it can do. It doesn't have much more use on this team, or against his team. So I switched it in to take the close combat, and basically to sacrifice it. And, you know, thinking that the defense drops on the close combat will benefit me in the long run, because I'll be able to more easily take out his Gallade. So here I'm going to switch in Bisharp again, and take damage from Spikes and Stealth Rock, of course. And that's actually going to scare him out. I guess he didn't like the fact that he has a -1 defense now. And so, you know, I leave Bisharp in. I go for Sucker Punch. I guess I thought he'd attack me, which is probably the best move for him, but he doesn't. He goes into his Rotom Heat, and I actually leave Bisharp in, and I don't know, I guess I wanted to sacrifice it at that point, but we actually both miss our first move. He misses Overheat, and I miss Stone Edge, and then I go for Sucker Punch this next turn, and almost take it out, but I don't quite yet, and he goes for Overheat and takes me out. I probably didn't get max damage on that hit, so there was probably a very, very good chance that I could have taken him out with that Sucker Punch, but unfortunately that didn't happen. And then I'm going to switch into TV here. Unfortunately, I think I forgot that he had one layer of Spikes, so that's actually going to take me out with both Stealth Rock damage and Spikes damage, so I'm at a loss here. And then I switch in Flygon. I find out he's actually Scarfed because he does outspeed me, and he's going to go for Overheat, but he is at -2, and I do resist the hit, meaning I can definitely take it, and I'm just going to go for the kill with U-turn, because I didn't want to lock myself into something, especially something like Overheat, and have him switch in something and get the advantage. So I wanted basically to make it even here, and we both only have, I think, 2 or 3 guys left. So I'm going to go into Swanna here, and I believe he goes into Mesprit. And at this point, it's a 4-2 match, and as you're going to see, I actually turn it around quite nicely. He switches in Mesprit, I go for the Surf. I am faster than it since it doesn't have Scarf anymore, and I am able to take it out with that Surf, which is awesome because I'm Life Orb. So there goes his Mesprit, and then he has Registeel left. It's almost at full health, which really sucks, although it does have no leftovers, which is nice for me. But I'm going to have to hope for like 2 crits in a row or something to take it down. Unfortunately, you know, what are the odds of that? So I go for the first Surf. It does a reasonable amount of damage, taking it down almost to half, and then he's just going to go for the Seismic Toss. From seeing how much HP I had left, I know I could take 2, and then I'm going to go for another Surf. If I got a crit here, I'd probably take it out, but again, what are the odds of that? I take it down a nice chunk, but of course he's going to take me out with the Seismic Toss. So there goes my Swanna, a little Swanna. It did a very nice job in this match, though. I'm proud of it, especially because you don't see Swanna on a lot of teams ever. So here I'm going to switch in Flygon. I take very little damage from the Stealth Rocks, but I am at very, very low health. And Flygon is essentially my savior at this point because it's my last guy. And here I know the 3 guys he has left are Registeel, Gallade, and Kingdra, all of which can be hit by a Banded Earthquake. So I take out his Registeel, he goes into Gallade now, and I'm like, okay, if that does not have Shadow Sneak, I have this match. This match is mine. But of course, what Gallade doesn't run Shadow Sneak, so fortunately he's going to easily be able to take me out there. And yeah, that was a 2-0 loss against Yusei. Pretty cool match, pretty fun match. I was glad to use some kind of random things. It was a UU match, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, thanks for watching, definitely. Thanks for all the support that you guys have all been showing me. And I'll have another battle up soon, very soon. I have it recorded already, I just need to do the voiceover. And other than that, thanks a lot, guys. Check out my blog. I'm going to have a new post up soon, a new analysis, and leave me suggestions for what analysis I should do next. Alright, thanks a lot, guys. Take care, and bye.